Hey everybody, this is Crystal Swirlz. Welcome to my random slideshow. Now, these are just pictures that I took out of my gallery, and I will do my best to try to create some type of narration for you. This picture here is pretty self-explanatory. A middle finger up to all of those who hate on swirlers. You know, Crystal Swirlz is the most hated swirler on YouTube. And let's face it, that's kind of weird considering the fact that I only have less than 1,000 subscribers. I laugh in the face of those who think that swirlers will not try to live their best lives amidst all of this negativity. You know, for many years, for 39 exactly, I suffered with horrible teeth. I invested $7,000, $4,000 on my lower teeth and $3,000 on my upper teeth to get the kind of smile that would make me feel good about myself again. I have a Russian dentist, and he did an amazing job on my smile. So that was the biggest gift I ever gave myself. Honestly, if you would have asked me what the biggest gift I ever gave myself, I would have to say it would be me getting porcelain veneers for my mouth, because before that I had spaces in my teeth. I was good with my dental hygiene, but my teeth, I had loose teeth, I had missing teeth, I had spaces in my teeth, I had bug teeth. So I am very proud of my smile, and I often get compliments on it to this day. So that was one of the best things I've ever done for myself. This picture here, I have a huge ass. I used to be a stripper. Back for 4 years, I was a dancer in New York City. I was about maybe 70 pounds lighter, but as you can see, Black women have amazing bodies. Now, any idiot can see from this picture that a lot of my weight is in my legs and my ass. And I am amazingly built. I have a very nice shape for a big girl. And, I see these girls get ass shots to get the kind of ass that I naturally have. So I'm very proud of my ass, and I think Black women have amazing bodies, but I definitely want to lose some weight, and I'm working on that. This is another shot of me. I was fasting during this time. This was about 4 months ago. I took this picture, and I was coming down pretty nice. I fell off a little bit, but I'm getting back on the bandwagon. Black women are beautiful. So when people attack Crystal Swirlz and they call me a baboon, or they say I'm not attractive, I don't believe them. I believe they are trying to tear me down and take away my self-esteem. This is me back in 2016 at the gym. I've always tried to keep some type of fitness routine, and I'm a very curvy girl. This is me, a full body shot of me. I'm very curvy, big ass, huge legs, and I'm proud of my body. And I just want Black women everywhere to be proud of your body. If you're plus size and you're curvy, embrace it. But do the best that you can to get healthy. Sometimes you might want to go on a water fast. You might want to pick up a fitness routine, like a walking routine, or lift some weights. I strongly encourage Black women to lift weights, because during this time, I was lifting weights really heavy. And for a girl that is up there in weight, I was seeing amazing results. My waist went in. I was muscular all over. So I definitely recommend Black women to pick up some type of a fitness routine, considering that we have such high obesity rates. This is me right before my 41st birthday. And I was feeling myself. I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and I was about to turn 41, and I'm 43 now. This was 2 years ago. And I've come a long way. You know, I have a house now that I own, paid in cash, and I'm very proud of that. 3-bedroom house with a huge yard. It's not the fanciest house in the world, but it's pretty spacious. And I love the fact that I'm a homeowner. It really amazes me how far I've come from living in a Section 8 building to where I am now. They want me to keep my mouth shut about this movement. They want me to not be vocal, not be in their face about the mistreatment of Black women. They basically want to put a blindfold over my mouth and hush me up. I refuse to do that. And I will continue to be an advocate for Black women who want to exercise their dating and mating options. We should not be told to be silent when Black males are on a hate campaign to tear down our image. I'll let you laugh to yourself while you read that caption. They must really think we're stupid. You must think I'm Bobo the Fool. Absolutely. Black women, they must think we're dumb. That we don't see what's going on. And what they try to do often is paint this picture that, oh, it's not the collective of Black males. It is an exaggeration that swirlers are doing. All of these atrocities that are happening to Black women are overblown. There's a lot of good. They try to paint this picture that there's a lot of good Black men out there. When in reality, there's a sprinkle of good Black men. And the collective of them are trash. If you don't believe me, look around in the communities. Most people in the Black community are fatherless. I would say there's about 27 to 30% of them that have active fathers in their life. But for the most part, 70% or so are bastards. And they are the result of Black males who pumped and dumped. And they must think that we are fools to fall for the okie doke. I'm not falling for it. I know the truth. Yeah, go ahead, get your laugh on. Okay. Now, this is a typical couple that I see when I go to Walmart. Okay. Now, 1 out of 3, or is it 1 out of 4? Either way, it's still pretty up there. It's either 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4. I kind of forgot which one it is, but it's either one of those. So 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 Black men is involved in the criminal justice system. They need Becky to take care of them, to hold them down. And us swirlers, we ain't doing that. Let Becky do that. White men, Hispanic and Asian men, let's go. Let Becky be our cleanup lady. I know that I emotionally abused you and made you cry, but yet my narcissistic ass feels nothing. There. Let me comfort you and pretend like I care. Now, this describes the climate between Black women and Black men right now. Black men are very narcissistic. They feel nothing as far as the plight of Black women and all of the ills that plague the Black community, like fatherlessness, fatherless homes, domestic violence, abused Black women that have statistics saying that they'll never be married because there's not enough good Black men to go around. So they're going to grow old by themselves. And how dare she even contemplate the thought of dating out with the men of another race who can treat her good. So what they do is they play mind games with you and they try to pretend like they care. They don't care about you. They've made that obvious many times. It's time to move on, Black women. It's time to move on. This pretty much describes. Ugh, I'm so sorry about that. My hand fell asleep. Oh my God. I messed up my slideshow. This describes my lioness that's coming out when I get angry at these nigglets, these mammies, these wiggers, these Beckys that come for Black women. I am very protective of Black women that are swirlers because we are a special breed. And when you mess with a swirler, you mess with me. This is me at the age of 23. Yes, child. I had just started stripping and I was young. You could see how young I was in my face. And let me tell you a little bit of story. Let me tell you a little story about this picture, right? The guy who was taking my picture was an Irishman. And he came to my house. He was a professional photographer. He told me to pose a certain way. He told me to put my hands this way and take the picture. So I did. Well, to make a long story short, this guy was a good-looking guy in his 50s. At the time, he was wearing shorts. I believe it was the springtime. He had these amazing, strong legs. He was a good-looking, sturdy Irishman with an accent. And we sat on the couch and talked. And the next thing I knew, and this is the dad took these pictures, by the way. The next thing I knew, his hands were all over me, passionately trying to kiss me. I was so scared that I refused his advances, and I was nervous. He just attacked me like a wild animal. I didn't know what to do. So I just thought I'd relay that story to you. I'm not saying that he was a rapist, but he was very attracted to me. And I think his lust overcame him. And he just gave in to his lust, and he was all over me that day. And now that I look back, I was so young. And this guy was in his 50s. I was 23. And he, I didn't know how to react to a white man's passion. He had so much passion in him. And now that I look back, I would have reacted differently had I been older. I am a Prince fan. I love Prince. He is one of the only Black men that I do love. And I cried like a baby when he died. I always listen to Prince's music, by the way. And I think he's the only Black man that ever I could say that I cried over. Alpha. This picture pretty much describes what it's like to submit to a man that is an alpha. And right now, that man is a non-Black or a white man for me. So all this talk about Black women don't know how to submit is bullshit. We do. We just we're not going to submit to a race of weak ass males. And who says that we have to date only Black men? Who made up this rule? What if you're attracted to other races of men and that is your preference? I will submit to the man that floats my boat. We've all made mistakes in life, ladies. Let's face it. But if you don't learn from it, like a lot of these mammies, you are making your whole life a mistake pretty much. So let's separate from these mammies. We share the same skin as them, but they haven't learned from their mistake. So we have no choice but to leave them alone. When you dance with the devil, you're going to always get your toes stepped on. By Tasneem Bassett, which is my name. Well, I don't like dancing with the devil. And the devil to me right now is the black male who has been getting away with murder for centuries, hiding behind the skirts of black women, doing devilish things like molesting her kids, being violent towards her, shooting up the black neighborhoods and making cemeteries full of young people who die before their time because black males turn neighborhoods into war zones. I don't want to dance with the devil. I don't want to deal with black men on an intimate basis because I don't want to get my toes stepped on. I know what they're about. They're users. They are opportunists. And they are not a good stock to deal with. So I choose to date outside my race. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, let's look at this one. This pretty much describes. Can you see that? I can't even look, bruh. I can't even look because I know what's going to happen. Blackistan is sinking right before our very fucking eyes. And I can't even look because it just amazes me that these mammies can't see what I see. Why can't they see what I see? The dysfunction is utterly amazing. And recently, a lady by the name, well, she's a swirler actually, and she is promoting this. Oh, that's a much better shot. She's promoting this movement. Black Women Band Up is reporting that there's a serial killer out there that is killing black women. Yes, there is definitely an agenda going on, targeting black women, and we must be aware. Shout out to you, Black Women Band Up, for being on the front lines of this swirl movement and letting black women know who our enemy is. I recommend this tea. You can Google it if you want to. It is called Healthy Fasting. It's amazing. And if you're going on a fast, I recommend you take this tea. It's so spiritual. It's full of different herbs that give you energy. No caffeine. It's absolutely delicious. So if you're trying to cleanse your mind and reboot get a good reboot on your health journey, and you're interested in fasting, take this tea. It's called Yogi. Google it. It's Yogi Healthy Fasting Tea. Look it up. It's amazing and it smells delicious and it's so full of herbs. So you definitely might want to check into getting this tea if you want a spiritual reboot and you want to drink something that's healthy, sugar-free, calorie-free, and full of herbs. I feel a euphoric feeling overwhelm me when I take this tea. So check it out. Crystal Swirlz is not going for the okie doke. I don't listen to people when they tell me that I am not beautiful. I look in the mirror and I see a beautiful woman, and I have very strong features. And, I don't seek validation from a race of men who hate my strong features. I have a wide nose and I have huge lips. Nothing about me is small. And I don't apologize for that. Why would you go with the race of men that don't even like your features? White men always tell me, white men, Hispanic, Asian, they tell me I'm beautiful. I don't get that from black men unless they're trying to get some ass, which I am not giving them. But black women with strong features, keep your head up. You are beautiful. Y'all hoes really believe that shit I put in my book? Steve Harvey, typical nigga. Typical opportunist. Look this motherfucker up. How dirty he did his ex-wife marry. She slept in a car with him. was on the road with him when he was doing his comedy shows. Toughed it out with him when he was a nobody. And when he got on top, he dumped her for a light-skinned, damn near white, light bright, half-baked Becky type black woman. And this nigga ain't about shit. He encourages black women to date down. He's basically telling you to not practice hypergamy. That if you're the CEO of a company, you should date the janitor. That's what this nigga is promoting. Steve Harvey gets a thumbs down in my book. This is what black males look like to me. So many of them these days are gay. Look at how he's talking. Bitch. And they're so feminine. That's because so many of them don't have fathers in their fucking lives. I feel like this symbolizes the trolls in my comment section when I make valid points about Blackistan. This is what they look and sound like to me. This is me in 2016. I was very curvy, as you can see, hourglass shape. I'm not sloppy, not fat. And I was lifting weights like crazy. Now, there is a Planet Fitness near me. And when I get my license to drive, which is going to be soon, I will be going to that Planet Fitness to lift weights again. And I will get back to this size. My body at this time I was in the best shape of my life, considering how much I weighed. And I was just feeling really good about myself. When you lift weights, it changes your whole body. I mean, I was up there in weight, but I was losing inches in the right places. It was just incredible. It was an incredible experience for me. What? Bruce Lee. This is the reaction that I feel when I read my comment section sometimes. The things that I see in my comment section evokes this type of response out of me. I had a nose earring in my nose when I was 27, and I just took this picture recently. Black women, we don't age. I don't look much different than when I was 27. I really don't. My skin is still clear. I don't have any wrinkles yet. I'm 43 years old. And I bought this nose earring because I was in my earlier 20s. And, the last time I wore a nose ring was between the ages of 22 and 27. I had it for 5 years. And I bought it recently and took this picture because it made me feel like I was between those ages again. And when I look in the mirror, I still don't see much change. This is me, one of the last pictures that I took when I was living in my tenement building in Brooklyn. My lips are amazing. I'm not trying to be conceited or anything, but they are so... they steal the show every time. I could take a picture like this and my lips take over the whole picture. I turn my own self on. This is me in Brooklyn at the Planet Fitness. During the time I was weightlifting, I was super curvy, and I was, as you can see, this is a full body pic. And I just was in a good space. I plan on getting back to this size again. And this time it's going to be different because where I live in Florida, there are a lot of Brads. And yes, ladies, you already know what time it is with that one. I just want to tell you swirlers out there that we are embarking upon a new horizon. I like to take beautiful pictures. I keep them in my cell phone. And this is what I feel like it symbolizes what we are about to embark on, which is, a new horizon, ladies. Smell the fresh air. Imagine yourself walking along this beach and you have encountered the love of your life and you're sharing your life with a wonderful, amazing man that's non-black or white, and he makes you very happy. So when I take this picture, I want you to picture yourself walking along the beach holding hands with your man and leaving all of your problems and your stress behind and just being in love again, the way love is supposed to be. It's a nice shot of me. This, it's kind of hard working this camera, trying to give you good pictures of me, because it's like, hello, I'm not really good with this technology stuff. I'm hoping that you can get a clear shot of me. That's good enough. Crystal Swirlz. I never thought I would come this far in this type of movement that I always envisioned for Black women. I always wanted us to be free from Blackistan and to date whoever the fuck we want to date. And it's finally happening. The chains are breaking free. The stigma is loosening. I am so happy for Black women right now. This is an exciting time for us. I don't have a short temper. I just have a quick reaction to bullshit. This picture pretty much sums up, when the trolls come into my comment sections and come with their bullshit. I do have a quick reaction to bullshit, and I will read a motherfucker in a heartbeat. I'm from Brooklyn after all. This is how I feel about myself. All you gotta know about people, you can learn a lot about them by taking their phone and looking in their fucking gallery of their phone. This sums up what a lot of Black women feel about themselves if they get with a white or a non-Black man. One dose of me and I'll have you addicted. Ladies, can you feel me on that one? This is me. This is one of my lucky numbers, 77. It was at the old Planet Fitness. And that was my locker number, 77. Still my favorite number. God, this phone sucks. Now, this is the real me with glasses on. And, can you see me? I'm so sorry. I don't have a good technology, but I'm doing the best I can over here, guys. This is me in my old apartment building in Brooklyn in the hallway. Had on glasses. Now, back to this picture. The Black males that lived in my building were always hitting on me. I consider myself attractive, even with glasses on. And, I just never had anything in common with Black males from Blackistan. Whites had just started to move to my building and to my area around the time that I moved back in late 2017. And, it's frustrating when you live around all these Black males and all they do is smoke weed and sell drugs, and they're always in your face trying to talk to you. It's so annoying because I have nothing in common with them. A lion never loses sleep over the opinions of sheep. And right now, mammies and Black males, they're like sheep to me. They really are. I don't lose sleep over what they say because I know what they say is not going to deter this movement of Black women dating and mating and being with men of quality from different races. It's not going to stop. And this is what I pretty much have to say to any troll that comes into my comment section. Your point is, you're talking to the hand because I'm not listening to anything you're saying. Everybody knows that the gig is up right now. Black women are not falling for the okie dokie, the hypocrisy, the double standards. We're done with it. We are going to go with who the fuck we want. And if it's the white man, then it's the white man. If it pisses you off, so what? We are not only going with the white man. Some of us are into Hispanics. I've had sisters say they're into Samoans from the Pacific Islands. Some black women are into Asians, Latinos. I mean, this swirl thing is amazing, and so are our options. We have unlimited options. This is the look on my face most of the time when I go into the comments section and I encounter trolls who try to take over my comment section and bully swirlers into their narrative. Those days are over. Long over. You know, they did a big to-do about this guy, Bill Cosby. When I found out what he did to those women, I just shook my head. And, you know, Blackistan had a party with it. And they said, oh, Bill Cosby's so innocent. Yeah. Like I said, black males have always been predators. They've always raped and drugged people up and did stuff like molest people. This is what they do. So is Bill Cosby an exception? Now, if Bill Cosby partook in that type of stuff, what makes you think that these everyday black males in Blackistan are not predators like him? I mean, really, look at the statistics of molestation and rape in the black community. I mean, it's through the roof. This is a picture of me with my baby's father back in 2003. As you can see, I was a swirler, even back in the day. Now, this is around the time that I really made up my mind. I was not dealing with black males. He is a white Puerto Rican. He's deceased now. He committed suicide in 2015. I love him very much, and we have a child together, and I will never forget him. I love him forever. He was a very short man, 5'4". I'm 5'6". As you can see, I'm not a shallow person. I don't care about a man's height. This is a picture of me on the bed, being a naughty girl. I always take pictures of myself. I encourage black women to do this. Put on some makeup and some sexy heels and take pictures of yourself. Because you're not gonna, look that way forever. So why not take pictures of yourself when you're feeling sexy, and so you can look back and say, oh my God, I was a hot piece of ass. Black women, I am bugging right now. But I want you to know I love you very much, black women.